Hi there guys, begin Ryan JC, Ryan James Cropper, and today I've got another video for you all. In today's video I'll be telling you how to open your throat chakra. Yeah, because in my last video I mentioned as to how I accidentally opened my throat chakra, and that caused me to remember most memories of my childhood, where the trauma, the experiences that I was involved in at the time actually caused me to experience the opening of the throat chakra on a nightly basis. So much so that I actually thought that there was something wrong with me. I even went to the doctors at one point to get diagnosed, and I thought I was sick. I thought there was something wrong with my brain. I actually pleaded, I begged him to give me a brain scan. He wouldn't give me a brain scan. But he noticed that I was saying the truth. My mum, not so much. In time, it went away. And even though the last time I accidentally opened it up, it was kind of discomforting. And many of you who go through this, if you choose to do what I'm about to teach you today, it may also feel discomforting. But I promise you, the results are plenty, okay? They're bountiful. If you want to open up all of these centers within the body to experience weird things like telepathy, astral projection, and probably other abilities that many of us haven't actually even stumbled upon just yet, then why not be like the first? So how would you do it? How would you open the throat chakra? Well, first thing that you want to do is you want to make the throat chakra active. You do this most of the time. If you're the kind of person who never speaks their mind because you're afraid of being judged, or maybe someone's made you upset and you just don't speak up for yourself, you'll get a... What would you get? Some people say it's a lump in their throat, an apple in their throat, or a frog in their throat, right? The way you activate it is simple. First off, you want to lay down in your bed, and you want to do this at night. I'd actually say do this just before you go to bed. Usually within my meditations, I completely don't suggest that. I say do it in the afternoons or in the mornings. But for this, bedtime is best. Yeah. You lay down in a dark room, as dark as you can possibly get it. I have daylight curtains behind those brown curtains. It makes it pitch black, even during midday. So you want to get it as black as possible. Now that's not to say that it has to be pitch black for you to open it up, because it doesn't have to be, but it does help. So you're laying in bed. You want to be on your back. The room is black. You then bring your awareness down to your throat and you just feel it. You just make it aware, okay? You don't need to have a full dropping of your awareness. You can be up here still and just feel the gland itself. Now the gland here that becomes active is called the thymus gland. I'm just going to pause that real quick. That is not the throat chakra. The thymus gland is actually associated to the heart chakra. It's so high up that I just, at the time, became confused between the two. The throat chakra is the thyroid gland. And many mythologies out there and within many cultures, the thymus gland and the other glands within the body are actually associated to the chakra system within the body. And I'm going to say this one more time because I love saying it in my videos. I love discovering the chakras. I don't love imagining or trying to trigger them by force. Okay? What I love to do is I like to do a process, and then by doing a process, I just stumble upon them. Then boom, they open up. That's what I'm giving you. Okay, I really want you guys to be more lenient towards that mode of discovery. You know, you're trying to discover one thing and you kick up everything else. That's like the history of my life. Back to the process. You're in your bed, your eyes are closed, you're feeling your throat. Okay? The next thing you want to do is you bring your awareness back up here. Now this is where your ordinary awareness often is. It's where you function from. It's what you do within your life really does depend on where your awareness is. If you're working, you're up here. If you're thinking, most of the time, you're up here. If you're worried, you're up here. You may be feeling feelings within your body, but generally, you're up here, unless you've been taught to move elsewhere. You're feeling your throat. You move your awareness up here, and then you become aware of the slight tones within your ear. Many of you may have already heard these tones throughout your day, randomly. It's just a sharp in your ear, okay? Either side. Most of the time you'll be like this. You'll be looking at it, right? We don't want you to do that here, okay? You're aware of the tone. Do not try to focus on it to make it louder, and never try to direct your awareness to it. Because your head can be still, and sometimes you could be like, well, what's that? And it's like you're actually turning to pay attention to that noise within a specific direction of your head. So in other words, it's like you're like this, but really you're just like that with your eyes closed. Don't do that. You want to look at it kind of like a daycare center. You know, you're in the middle of a daycare center, you're bored out of your mind, and there are kids screaming everywhere. You're trying to watch TV, yeah? You're watching the TV, you're aware that there are screaming and probably things being broken around you, but you're not paying attention to them. You're not looking at them, remember? And you're not trying to focus on them to hear what the screams are saying or how loud they are or where or who they're coming from. You're just aware that they're within your environment and you're okay with it. That's the kind of attitude you need to have towards these tones. So your awareness is in your head, your eyes are closed, you're in a black room, you're on your bed. Okay? You just activated or at least shook up your throat a little bit. It's a little swole. It's kind of like you've got a lump in your throat. Your awareness is up here now. You hear any tone. Do not pay attention to it. Your mind stays here. Remember the kids. What will happen is that your consciousness will slip a little bit. You won't lose consciousness. It's just that because of the way that you've set up your mind and your overall attitude towards this practice, that tone's going to get louder. Not only that, but a second tone is going to come in. It'll either fly in from here or over here. Then potentially another tone's going to come up. Next thing you know, you have an orchestra inside your head. You may get up to 6 tones or 9 tones within your head. Okay? At that point, you're like an expert. Yeah? Now, usually, once these tones reach their apex, their climax, chakras within your body will open up. Either your heart chakra will open up and you'll feel a pressure in your chest, and depending on that pressure will depend on the varying pitch that you'll hear within any of these 6 to 9 frequencies. Literally, if you squeeze it, the pitch may go up or it might go down. And the same thing can be said if your throat chakra opens up. Now, we started doing this for the purpose of opening your throat chakra, so that should be the only gland that opens up. If the throat chakra opens up before the heart does, then what will happen as you're sitting there hearing these tones is that the throat will start to feel very, very uncomfortable. Your awareness will completely descend into your throat and it will feel as if it's becoming alive. Like I said in my last experience, it felt as if the gland itself pried its way out from my body and started flapping around like a fish. Yeah, and at a time, I can make the correlation towards a fish, but it didn't feel alive as if it was its own separate entity. It felt like my mind had gone into it and that I was moving around like a flapping fish. Yeah. And if you want to watch that episode, then I'll put the link in the description below. I can go into detail with it here, but there's really no point because hopefully I'm going to post it on the same day that I'm posting this video. So if you're feeling that vibration, you're feeling that experience where your awareness has completely dropped, whatever else comes up, I really don't know. It's based on you, your mind, how you are. You may start getting visions, you may start hearing entities like spirit guides, positive entities. You may start getting life lessons, again, in the form of visions, and you'll notice specific things within the visions that each vision has in common. And usually that one aspect that is all dominating throughout those visions is something quite important for your life at this present moment of time. Okay? Hopefully you'll discover something brand new, something I've not stumbled upon or someone else has stumbled upon. Maybe. I'm Ryan James Cropper. This has been your potential. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this and check out my website ryancropper.com for online courses if you do so wish. And I'll speak to you pretty soon. Peace.